Once again, good morning, everybody. I'm just marking up some of the small playlists right now. I already have the list out there for the bigger plays. So I'm just marking on Data Dog. Data Dog is a really good one. It's really cheap, but you make a lot of profit on it. I already have some supporter resistance lines already marked up on it, but it has like some strong resistance, like right here, strong, like at this level. It's like in this big channel, but it's like stuff. It's not really going anywhere. But as you see, I mean, within a day, it goes from like 104 to like 106. So move about $2 a day, you know. So right now it's really at this entry already, but play it safer, probably able to like it's a good level, like about here. 106, 60, what's that? 106, 57. So that'd be the call entry. And then we can mark up the put. Uh, so what I'm looking for is this support right here. So if it break below the support, as you see, it's the same support, so I don't even have to remark it up. It still hit all the same candles, resistance right here, support right here, keep going over, resistance right here, support right here, support. Fell below the support, new resistance right here also. So we're looking for it at this exact same spot. So 106, probably put it just a little below it just to give it more confirmation. So 105.89. But as you see, it's been strong uptrend. Once the broke uptrend kind of came down, then it formed like this flag right here. Then after the flag, it was like, you know, a little bullish movement. So right now it's just trying to find its way right here. That's Data Dog. See what's happening. See, make sure I repost the list. Post that. I put in the Discord too the list for the stuff that's by budget. So that's gonna be a really good list for everybody to look at and to monitor. That way you can always, you know, have your budget in mind. I put Apple with the big playlist, even though it is a small playlist. But with all that movement going on, you know, it may put a lot of pressure as far as pricing. I'm gonna also do. I know some people are in AMD right now that might fit. We probably do. I go Facebook now. I go Facebook Play.
Can you also look into Netflix?
Yeah, matter of fact, I look right now.
Thank you.
So, so where Netflix at pre-market? And you showing pre-market. Let me see. So pre-market is 564. It's not even showing me on the screen.
You need the pre-market?
Yeah,
Hold on,
like
I'll look it up right now.
they didn't let me zoom out. See, it's all there. I can't even get to the top. I want to zoom, but it's all there. So it sucks sometimes. It's all. It's the
Five
process.
fifty six. 556 and 46 cents.
556.
Yeah.
So so this is 556 and 46 cents. This is a level right here. I will look for some more of the data from a little above it. So I'm looking, raise. I'm looking for the resistance right here at the top of here, then see if it's over here flush, you know. So that's what I'm looking for. Then I'm gonna bring it over here, the top of this, these wicks too, and this wick over here. So that's what I'm looking for. So right above that, I'm looking for. an entry. So that's how we'll mark it up. We'll look for stuff on the left, right? So I want it to be right above these wicks over here, and then close above that last resistance right here. So that's how we get this. So 557.83. I mean, you want me to put on the list too?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah, I add it, and then I'm gonna finish the small plays real quick. So yeah, I'm at it now. And I do it with the horizontal raise so it can stand out right away. So as I'm moving fast, I'm looking at my phone, looking back up, and I see it right away. Because I'll be having so many resistance lines. And for the put since it's up here, I'm looking forward to, some movement down here where it was some prior resistance or some wicks or some stuff that didn't fill over here. That's what I'm really looking for. So I see some resistance up here, but it came down here. So, I say just a little below it and probably get the top of this wick right here. So you have this wick up here also, some resistance. So, that's what you want to get. I want to get just below the resistance. So it's a good entry. Give it more space. So 555.22. Let's add it to the daily watch list. Let me go to these small plays list real quick. Get back to Facebook. So Facebook is already, as you see, marked up. It's about the 20 EMA. It's right here. So if it enters here, you could jump in off the 20 EMA, or you can wait for more of a confirmation. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually adjust this because the resistance actually tighter on the 20-day moving average. So it's there. This would be the first target price. This would be the next target price just because, it's the 50-day moving average. You really would like it to fall down here, but if not, it's okay still. You still can make some profit up here. The entry, yeah, still about there also. So that's what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna put it to the list now. So for the calls, I'm looking at 350.14. Put, we're looking at 340.80. How many plays do y'all want the smallest? Y'all want like 3, 4? I don't want it to be overwhelming, so many plays.
I think between 3 and 4 would be fine.
Okay, so I'm looking for another one that you can make some money on, but not too expensive. I mean, well, it's usually probably like Microsoft, FSR, or the cheaper ones. It's Energy Day, right?
Energy Day was yesterday.
Today's Friday. Oh,
Today's Thursday.
So it's Tuesday and Wednesday.
Energy Day is Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm trying to. I'm always looking for the next day after for puts also. For the sell off.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft is one of my favorite ones. That's usually an inexpensive contract.
We're gonna jump right to Microsoft. See, it's already marked up. This was the last time we had an entry for it. Closed right above. It broke this, flew past the entry. This was on the 2nd of July, and ever since then, it's still been going up as a really strong uptrend. So when I look at this, it's probably all-time high right now. Everything kind of the same. So if you look at example, right? So if I pull up Facebook, you just pull it, kind of look like this too. They have like a quick 1, 2, 3 triple bottom, and then they like kind of take off. They all kind of have the same type of pattern. So if I was to look at this, I have nothing to really bounce off because there's no more. I wanted to close above this last wick, right? Because this was the last time I had some resistance at this high, right? So I will go for just a little above it, to get some. Matter of fact, I can get some more candles. And with more candles, you get more details on it, right? So I would say, so about this wick would be one, and it about this level right here, you know. But typically, you would want it to be close above everything. But like I said, some people get it off the bounce. So this is the last body, the highest body right here, right? Which it's 20 cents away from that, pre-market. So as we all know, it can come up and go right back down. So I wanted to close below, above one of the wicks, prior highs of the wicks, right? So I would say above here, just a little above here, probably 282.94. But be mindful, we're going off a wick because it's an all-time high. So it's hard to, there's nothing to really bounce it off of. So you just wanted to close higher than the last wick that they had to give you a little wiggle room for an investment. And that's gonna be a third one. Anybody want a smaller play for this one? Neo, this is called AMD is a small play.
Yeah, Neo and AMD, I'm definitely looking at today. I mean, if you want to put it up, that's fine. But I think I got some good levels for it.
So what I do is I do those two, and then that'll be the small playlist. That way we already have it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a small playlist. Then I'm going to add the two after. That way the list is already out, and then we're just adding, more information to it. Because I think you were talking about it yesterday, right? Neo and
Oh yeah, both. Neo paid me well yesterday. I'm going back in.
Okay.
So we'll see.
That was on the puts.
Yes, sir. Still on the put side too. My thing is if it go below, I think it's like 42.80. I'm gonna get in at 42.75. Then it could drop as low as like 38 and some change. I think it was 38.60 or something like that. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but I mean that's some dollars there. So
I actually jumped in Neo on the put side yesterday too.
yes. Love it. Money all the
Yep. Right. I've been watching this stamp.com. I really think that stock is gonna come down hard. I've just been watching it though, but I'm like, it's gonna come down.
That seems to be the consensus. I hear a lot of people, a lot of traders say that and feel that in many different discords and everything. So yeah, it's whether or not you want to bid now and go for the long, do a leap or a few months out, just so you don't have to watch so closely and miss that. If it drop, it might drop hard. I think you might
Well,
miss.
you know what? I just went ahead and jumped in on the put.
Yeah.
It's fluctuating between this like 323 and 321. So I'm not losing money from the put. And it actually was a really inexpensive contract too. But it's coming down. Like it's for sure. I looked back in the history where it had actually risen that high before without this. They're going through a merger right now, right? Or somebody just bought them out or something like that. But I did notice that before that event or before that, it had gone up that high before and it dropped. I think it went up higher. Don't quote me, but I feel like it might have gone up higher than what it is now. Let me double check. I have to look back again. But I know that it did go up before like that.
Do you know how long, when it was in that same range, how long or how many it before it dropped?
I'm trying to find it now.
Okay. How far out did you buy your put?
I did it for what it like close to what it was before it rose that high. So it was right at like 200, like 198, 200 before it jumped up. So honestly, like, cause I just feel like it's gonna like really drop really low.
What time frame did you get it?
What do you mean?
Like what was your expiration date?
Oh, so I did it for 3 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I did it for 3 weeks out because I'm like, I just feel like within like the next 3 weeks to a month, like this stock is gonna drop.
Okay.
See, in February it was up to 284 and it dropped. I thought it was another time that it actually went higher than that. But the 284 is still close to the 320. Well, I guess not when you're thinking about how much money you're gonna make between the two. But yeah. I feel like it's gonna come down for sure.
Yeah. I'm watching it.
I mean, it's already kind of doing it a little bit. It's already dropped like I want to say $2 or $3 since I bought in though. I bought in at like 323. And this is, I think I was talking about this to Ray on the other day on the live, and I was saying that's my one contract that I kind of just blindly jumped in because I'm like, I know it's coming down. And I mean, like, I feel like it's not really anything to chart because it's so high. But I just feel it. I just feel like it's gonna come down, and that's probably bad. I'm sure that may be, a bad way to do this, but because it just jumped up so high, I'm like, it's coming down.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I had some leaders tell me sometimes it's better to be lucky than being good. So get
Right.
lucky, it's all right. Except take
Yeah,
it.
I feel like I'm gonna get lucky on this one because I'm like, it's gonna drop. Not even lucky, because it's like I'm like, it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop. May drop today. Never know. I may get on the Discord later and be like, yo, it dropped like $50. That'd be lit.
Yeah, I was looking at getting in yesterday. I just couldn't figure out the time frame. I had to map it out. Maybe I just have to take a guess like you. I was looking further. I was looking out to like January. I was going a year, 2022.
Firstgem.com.
Yeah, I was trying to cover all bases. I'm like, listen, if I'm going gamble.
It may not be a bad idea though, honestly, to go further out because I think we both can see the potential in this drop though. And I'm like, when it drops, it's gonna drop a lot. And I want to be at like the top of that $50-$60 drop, because that's gonna be, man, I do not want to wake up and look at this and be like, damn, it dropped to 280 and I've been watching it since 324, So I'm like, I'm in here, whatever. But that's the only one that I've done like that. And like I said, I could just see the potential in it dropping for sure.
Absolutely.
I just checked the history. Back in June of 2018, it had gone up to 270 something. And exactly 1 year later, it was down to like $38. So you might want to do a year contract to match.
Yeah.
Did you see the one in hold on, let me get back to it.
Appreciate that intel.
Did you see the February of this year? February of this year went up to 284 also. Or yeah, just at like between like 280 and 284.
Yep.
February 16th. And then it drastically dropped from there, like no hold, it just dropped. Like, yeah. So yeah, I just want to be at the top of this because I'm like, I know it's coming down. I'll just be patient and it'll allow to come down. I feel like I interrupted the plays.
I think Kwame is taking
He
notes,
in his
things
he
up.
in the zone right now.
Yeah, and the watch list together, doing everything.
Right.
You don't waste no time.
Never.
That efficiency. Let's see. Is anyone else looking at AMC to go down to 25 or low scared like me?
Oh man, don't. Oh, we do not need that in the universe. Don't make it drop more.
Are you're in? Yes,
Oh
you got scared.
man, I am a shareholder. I'm like, watch. You know what? I got stocks that I had before, like they just randomly jumped up. And so I in the surge, I'm like, I'm a holdout because I feel like it's gonna go up a little more. And so I am a victim of holding and watching. I mean, I guess a good thing about having the shares is that eventually it'll go up one day. You know what I'm saying? It's not like having a contract where it's like, damn, I only got to the end of the week and then that's just it. Or, whatever your time frame is. But like, I guess at least with the shares, like at least you got time. It's like, I guess if it take the next 5 years for any of this stuff to go back up, at least it's just sitting there. I don't know. But
Well,
so
you got
now I'm trying to like jump out of this stuff now.
a couple options. Number one, well, you have a couple choices. No pun intended. Number one, options is usually for mitigating your risk. So if you had the shares, so you had the shares at 50, it's going to go down, and you're not going to sell your shares, and you could get paid on the puts, right, to cover
Right.
that. So,
Right.
especially if you're a shareholder or something. I mean, that's how options really was established to begin with. For all those drops and dips, kind of not losing any money. So, if you can
True.
pinpoint some opportunity, and let's say you
I
might
guess
lose.
take my money out of the shares and put it into the option and try to make back what I lost.
Well, no, you could leave your money in the share. You could keep your shares, right? Because, like you said, your shares, you're gonna have, unless it goes to zero, you're gonna have the opportunity to get your money back if you hold the shares. If you're a long-term shareholder in AMC, I believe in AMC. I'm an AMC member, period. But so I don't have many shares. But if I had shares now, I would hold on to them. And let's say if the stock is going down, say you bought it at 50 and now it's at 30 something and it's looking like it's going to go to 25. If you were to put some puts from 32 to 25 and made a few grand, 1,000 or 700, or maybe you lost, let's say $200 from the stock going down, but you made $700, $800 from the puts. That's how you cover your losses.
Right.
Or even if you just made
sure.
as much as you lost, if you lost $100 in the share because it went down and your options made you $100, that means at the end of the day you didn't lose anything, right? So that's how that was the whole concept of options to begin with. Usually long-term investors use options for cases when the stock may drop. So it's basically an insurance play. So if they're
What?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should do like, as you're talking, I'm listening to you, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm also thinking about, because I'm a behavior analyst,
Mm-hmm.
but I work with kids with autism. But I'm now, like right now, I'm thinking about like, how do I put a spin on that and do something for the behavior of not necessarily just the stock market, but the person in the stock market. Because I've been going through like all these emotions and like, you know what I'm saying? Like just processing all these different things. And I mean like emotions just as far as like when something is dropping, like even if you have like an option trade or a stock, and when it's dropping, I get kind of like this attitude, like, no, I'm gonna stay in, it's gonna go back up. And it's really weird because it's like, do you lose the $5 or the whole 500? And it's like, I need my $5 back. You know what I'm saying? But like, behaviorally, that needs to be modified, because it's like, do you sit there and lose all of your money, or do you just take the $5 loss? Like, obviously you take the $5 loss, or even the $20 loss, but just the psychological aspect that comes to play, or the behavioral aspect that comes to play when you're trading, and all these different things that are going through your mind, I think would be like an interesting read. Sorry, that was just so random, but that's really what came to my mind in that moment.
Yeah, but I'm sure we all suffer from it. It's at some point.
Right.
That is key. Once you master that, you're good, and then you got your strategy to play the market. You won't really be too concerned about that, and that's how it goes.
Yeah,
Right,
it's like
about
you gotta let go.
Mhm.
Which
And
I've
another,
been like really, really working on, like taking my money out in one area and putting it, like, okay, this is not working out right here. I've lost maybe $5 or $10 here, but this is moving up. So I'm gonna take this out of here and put it over here. And I'll make what I lost, and just from like better processing things versus like, no, I want my $20 back. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, I lost this money over here. I do want it back. But like, this it's looked like it's going the opposite direction, and this is going in the direction I wanted to go. So I'm just gonna pull out here and then put it over here.
right? Yeah, you got to set your rules and stick by them, and that's where you're winning and get your money back. You're like, all right, well, no emotions. What smarter transaction over here? Just a smarter move. Let me go with this, right? Stick to your rules. If it stick to your percentages, if it hits your stop loss or your percentage of what your play is, and that could be every single play you make, because you got to know why you're in the play, right? You hear Kwame say all the time, it's like, all right, understand why you got in the play. So if you got in the play thinking it's gonna go up and shoot up within 1 or 2 days, and it doesn't do that, and it go to reverse, then you got to get out of there. You got to. It's no further rationalizing it. Like, oh, I mean, if it's like certain,
Right.
like Tesla or certain stocks that just sometimes you can't control it. Like, it just goes, it does what it wants. But generally, stocks, they're gonna fit within the mold. So you say, all right, well, it didn't do that. Get out, especially if you're doing options, because you have a specific time frame that you're looking at. You set yourself up, you give yourself a week, and you say, oh, it's going to happen in 2 days. When that 2 days happen, if it goes by and you're in a jam, you don't want to stick to, oh, well, I got 3 more days or 4 more days. It might go, because your percentages works against you, and your delta or your theta works against you also, because you pay a tax to hold the options every day, right? It drops every day, your theta. So you
Right.
pay for that. So, and then based on your percentage, if you're down, 30%, the amount of percentage that you're going to have to make